Hello, my name is Chelsea Myers, and in this video, I'll be summarizing the curriculum design implementation and review process with an interview from Kathy Trosvik, who's a secondary math instructional facilitator at Everett Public Schools. So the first thing to start off with is Kathy began to describe both the curriculum process and procedures. The process consists of a 7 to 10 year rotating curriculum cycle where each subject and grade goes through a structured evaluation to ensure course materials are aligned to not only state laws, district policies, but also established learning standards. Um, the procedures follow the procedure called 2311P outlined in our school district's mandate, which outlines how course redesign and instructional materials are reviewed. The superintendent oversees the adoption process and procedures, assigning core instructional materials to the Instructional Materials Committee, IMC, which will then review those materials before establishing their recommendations and sending that to the school board for approval. The committee consists of parents, community members, teachers, and administrators. After they've reviewed the materials, they make their recommendations that get sent to the school board for approval. Once approved, then curriculum can be utilized within classrooms. As part of the interview process, we also talked about strategies the school district used for curriculum evaluation and review. So one of those is picking selection teams intentionally. So, for example, if geometry is being reviewed, then geometry teachers from each school participate, including special education teachers, ML or ELL teachers, principals from each school, instructional facilitators, and even community members. It ensures multiple perspectives are shown, providing valuable feedback. Another strategy is utilizing not only criteria, but online resources like EdReports to narrow down curriculum choices that are received from clearinghouses after the school requests for materials. The evaluation cycle itself takes about a year long, from October to May. Kathy noted that some subjects can take longer, depending on what is being redesigned. For example, science reviewed and redesigned course pathways, requiring a much longer review for the curriculum process. There are several strengths and weaknesses to the curriculum review process. Kathy highlighted strengths being professional learning opportunities for educators, where they are able to learn new instructional models, reflect on their own practices, and see new perspectives. There's also a huge strength in providing and allowing student voice and community member involvement. This ultimately leads to a stronger trust and transparency within education. Challenges that are still faced are time constraints. Due to deadlines, the selection, review, field testing, and then recommendations for new curriculum creates a very narrowed focus to meet school board meetings and approval. Another challenge is just large group decision makings that happen. Looking ahead, the school district is looking to implement more professional learning opportunities, such as observation, evidence of learning groups, so OELs, administrator walkthroughs, and continue to implement building thinking classroom designs and beginning educator support teams. Overall, the interview led to three main points. The first is the commitment to ensure every curriculum is aligned to standards and legal requirements. The second is how districts are intentionally seeking out parents and community members to be a part of the process. And the third I found interesting was the multiple strategies for narrowing down curriculum choices using such tools like EdReports. Overall, the interview offered a clearer picture to the complex nature of curriculum review, showcased the structure, challenges, and intentional steps behind ensuring materials are supportive for all diverse learners within the school. Thank you.